From a snowstorm that shut down major highways and clogged city streets with a foot of snow in some places. But that's not all Old Man Winter has in store for us this week. The valley is now bracing for sub-zero temperatures, as low as the 20s below zero overnight for much of the week. And let's over to First Alert Storm Team's Summer Schnallbach for details on just how cold we're talking about. Summer, be nice.
I wish I had better news, but we're already starting sub-zero this morning. In fact, heading out the door, add the extra layers, the hat, the gloves, because our air temperatures are in the single digits below zero for most, but wind chill even colder than that. And we're only going to warm up into the single digits, and we have some areas of additional light snow to talk about. Here's a look right now at our Luther Family Ford Sky Cam in South Fargo. Been watching crews all morning long work to clear these roads. They've probably been working all weekend long with the snow that fell through the weekend, even as early as Christmas Day. So they have been busy, and they're still doing their best to clear those roads out there. So add extra time and be patient out on those roadways today. Here's a look at satellite and radar across the Southern Valley. Most of us are seeing light snow, but there are a couple of pockets of more moderately heavy snow that are being detected on radar this morning. Fairly light across the Northern Valley, as this system continues to expand to the north and east throughout our day. It's, of course, reducing visibility as well. Visibility is 1.5 miles in Hallock, only 0.5 mile in Grand Forks, 2 miles visibility in Langdon, 1.7 in Thief River Falls, and down across the Southern Valley, 1.7 in Fargo as well, right around 1/4 mile visibility in Oaks, 2.5 in Jamestown. For your morning commute, yellow light across the board for today. We're still experiencing the snowy and icy roads from the weekend and the snowstorm yesterday, but then we're adding more snow on top of that. So some areas might even justify the red light. So add extra time for today. Temperatures are sub-zero, 4 below in Fargo and Thief River Falls right now. It's 9 below in Devil's Lake, 1 degree above in Fergus Falls, 3 below in Bemidji, 8 below in Grand Forks with that snow falling. Your afternoon in Fargo, it's going to be cold. Even right now, the wind chill is 20 degrees below zero with that wind out of the north at 9 miles per hour. Air temperature in Moorhead currently at 2 degrees below zero. Wind chill in Grand Forks is 21 below with wind out of the north at 6 miles per hour. Now, through the afternoon, we're going to remain sub-zero until we hit about the lunchtime hour when that snow finally begins to taper off into the afternoon, and we'll only warm into the single digits for today. And Grand Forks remaining sub-zero, and you can see it crawling at the bottom of your screen right now. A wind chill advisory is out for some areas, and it looks like maybe even a winter weather advisory just came through with that snow that's coming down as well. Let's take a look now at your 7-day planner. We've got multiple First Alert weather days to talk about. Today is not a First Alert weather day, but some of us could be shoveling between 2 and 5 inches of snow, especially for Lakes Country. That's where I'm expecting the snow to linger longest, where we could pick up that additional accumulation. Then we turn Arctic. Bobby, look at that. Multiple mornings of 20s below zero. New Year's Day, the only day we don't have a First Alert weather day because it's only going to be in the teens below zero. But bundle up through the entire week.
Numbers, the only time I like seeing those are on a golf score. That's the only time I like to see negatives. Summer, thank you so much. Well, the clock is ticking to get snowbirds out of the way of storm cleanup efforts. Plow drivers across the FM Metro have been working nearly nonstop to remove snow from clogged streets. But officials say too many times they're running into cars that were left on the road. That forces plows to swing wide of the obstacles, which leaves a pile of snow in the road. Plus, it forces them to redo the route, and that slows down efforts to cover the entire city. Road crews across the region are working around the clock to clear the snow as quickly as possible and to sand slippery spots. One West Fargo city employee is filling in as a snowplow driver to give full-time drivers a much-needed break. She says she hasn't seen conditions this bad in years in West Fargo. Drivers are working 12-hour shifts, focusing on keeping the emergency routes clear.
I've noticed so many people without their headlights on, but we're just trying to keep the roads open for everybody to get safe. get everywhere safe, and especially emergency personnel.
West Fargo police say there were so many cars that slid off the road in yesterday's storm that they lost count. The Minnesota State Patrol reported more than 250 cars spun off the road. Firefighters are asking people to help clear snow from around fire hydrants after this week's storm. They recommended that a 3-by-3 foot area be cleared in all directions to allow firefighters to work easily without having to waste valuable minutes clearing away snow. It also makes it easier for fire crews to spot a hydrant as they pull up to a fire. One idea to get the job done is to form a neighborhood group that takes turns clearing the hydrants after each snowfall. Airlines are still playing catch-up after a long holiday weekend of cancellations and delays, and it's still messing with some people's travel plans into and out of the valley. So far this morning, at least 4 morning flights out of Fargo are canceled and 1 delayed, and at least 2 flights in Grand Forks are delayed. West Fargo firefighters are sorting through the rubble in search of the cause of a 2-alarm fire that destroyed the Northern Metal Recycling plant. They got the call at noon yesterday about fire in the 600 block of 9th Street Northwest. It took about 4 hours to put out. Here's the latest on a story we first told you about yesterday on the Valley Today. There have been no arrests yet after a shooting in South Moorhead. The victim was found in the middle of the street around 7 yesterday morning in the 900 block of 23rd Avenue South. Police say he had multiple gunshot wounds, but his injuries are not life-threatening. A North Dakota man who killed 4 people at a Mandan business is being sentenced today. 47-year-old Chad Isaac is convicted of planning the murders of 4 RJR maintenance employees in 2019. But the motive remains unclear. The families of victims William and Lois Cobb, Adam Feuer, and Robert Fackler will all have a chance to speak at today's hearing. Isaac is facing life in prison without parole on each of 4 murder charges. 2 oil field companies will pay a North Dakota man nearly $4 million in a legal dispute. Sean Culver of Killdeer sued Environmental Driven Solutions and Renewable Resources after they fired him in 2017 and was accused of defrauding them of more than $5 million. Those charges were dropped, leading Culver to sue for defamation, deception, breach of contract, and business interference. The 2 companies have their own lawsuits pending against Culver, claiming he created other companies to compete against them while he was working for them. And if you're thinking about investing, those discontinued Lego sets might just be the way to go. Researchers looked at the rates of return when it came to collecting toys and found high-value collectibles proved to be a better investment than gold, art, or financial securities. They said retired Lego sets that sold on secondary markets saw prices grow by 11% annually, and yeah, that's faster than the rate of gold or stocks or anything. Researchers say people who invest in Legos can see long-term positive yields. And the Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start, but the Valley Today rolls on. More live up-to-the-minute news and weather coming up right now on the Fargo CW.